What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to Superhero Central. We've been gone for a while, but we are back, and Moon Knight just released on Disney Plus, and it's off to an incredible start. And with the Moon Knight series coming out this week on Disney Plus, you can't help wanting to know more about what to expect from this superhero, or sometimes anti-hero, Moon Knight. And what better way to familiarize yourself with this character than to know his backstory, his origin. Who is Moon Knight? Who is Marc Spector? Who is Stephen Grant? And some other personalities that we may see pop up in the Moon Knight MCU Disney Plus show. Moon Knight first made his debut in Werewolf by Night number 32 in 1975. Now, to start off, Moon Knight's actual name is Marc Spector. Originally, he was born in Chicago, Illinois, and raised in Judaism and became a boxer. He then transitioned to becoming a Marine, which helped him become a straight-up mercenary. It's important to note that while being a mercenary, he made a best friend, John Paul Duchamp, who was also known as Frenchie. Now, I want to say that Mark was an adrenaline junkie, and his fix was fighting because he would go on mission after mission, assassinating criminals till it eventually led him turning into Moon Knight. How that came to happen was when he went on a mission with Raoul Bushman, and Frenchie was with them as well, but Raoul Bushman was a fellow renowned mercenary. They all teamed up together, but their alliance, if you even want to call it that, ended when they were in Sudan together. While there, they came across two archaeologists, a father, Dr. Peter Alren, and his daughter, Marlene Alren. And Mark is appalled when Bushman attacks and kills Dr. Alren right in front of his daughter and colleagues. Being so appalled, Mark fought Bushman, but he lost, and Bushman left him there for dead. And he did indeed actually end up dying, but he died in front of a statue of the Egyptian moon god Khonshu. He died but was revived by the ancient Egyptian god Khonshu and was fully healed, but it came with a price. Khonshu revives Marc Spector, and Spector agrees to use Khonshu's powers to do his will, becoming his Moon's Knight and the left fist of Khonshu. And here, Moon Knight was born. Before making his way back to the States, Mark puts on the robe from the statue of Khonshu and puts an end to Bushman's criminal activity. After that, he would end up going to the States with Frenchie, who would be his confidant, his helper, pretty much the equivalent of Alfred the Batman. Batman has Alfred, Moon Knight has Frenchie. But he also went back with Marlene, the daughter of the archaeologist that was killed, and she would go on to become the love of his life. Now, when Marc Spector arrived in the US, he created two other personalities to help him fight criminals. One is Stephen Grant, a millionaire who would make public appearances at high society parties, and the other personality was a cab driver named Jake Lockley, who could get intel from the streets and lower ranks. On top of those two, of course, he has his main persona, the Moon Knight. And let's also not forget about the original personality, Marc Spector. Now, Mark had also saved up a ton of money from his previous missions as a mercenary, and that's how he was able to afford to make his presence known as a millionaire. So now he's fighting crime in New York City with his four personalities. With those personalities comes many different consequences, however. It's kind of like a double-edged sword. On one hand, he has so many tools to combat crime with, all of those different aspects of the characters that have been created within him, but on the other hand, the toll that comes to his mind and body from juggling that many characters weighed on his mind so heavily that mental breakdowns would start to happen and he would be classified as having multiple personality disorder. He has to consistently juggle all of this chaos, and when Moon Knight comes out of the chaos, it's at the highest degree. Some of the abilities and weapons that Moon Knight has in his arsenal are 1. Stellar hand-to-hand combat. Since he was once a heavyweight champion in boxing, that makes sense. He also has his crescent darts that he throws, which some people might compare to Batman, but can Batman cut bullets in half that have been shot at him like Moon Knight? He also has a truncheon, which can transform into multiple weapons, like a grappling hook, or an nunchaku, or even just a cane. He also has the Mooncopter, which is a helicopter on steroids, to say the least. And not to mention, he can pretty much use any weapon, whether it be a gun or sword or whatever you can possibly think of. The bottom line is you don't really want to mess with him, especially if you catch him at night. Now, something they really don't do anymore in the comics that they used to do is they actually gave him increased strength and speed and endurance depending on the lunar cycle. However, it's unclear if he will have these powers in the Moon Knight Disney Plus show. But there's a brief rundown of Moon Knight's origin. Let me know what you think about his origin in the comments down below, and have you watched the first episode of Moon Knight? If so, let me know what you thought, and let us know how excited you are to watch the rest of the series. For more superhero origin videos, don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell so you don't miss any videos. Don't forget to like the video, and as always, thanks for stopping by Superhero Central.